Hello everyone, myself Satyagam Shah. I have just completed my masters from Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Centenary College, and I'm going to be talking about the topic circulatory system. As there is very limited time, I would like to cover as much as I can do. So, in order to begin with, first let's know about circulation. So, circulation, the term refers to as the transport of substances from one part of our body to another part, and not just in a body but in any cases. Circulation means that some substance is going around and coming back to that same place. So the best example that we have within our body is the circulatory system that our heart consists of. So what happens is, blood, being a liquid connective tissue, has the ability to transport digested food and oxygen along with it to various parts of our body. Why do we need it? We need it because the food that is digested within our small intestine is transported to every cell of our body along with that oxygen, and there itself in every cell the breakdown happens, which releases energy as well as carbon dioxide. Now this carbon dioxide is not needed by us, so it is basically a waste product. So we need to get rid of it. And how do we do that? We do it with the help of the circulatory system. Just as the oxygen and the digested food reached our cells, similarly carbon dioxide goes out of our cells through that same circulatory system. Now this circulatory system is composed of mainly three parts. First is the heart, second being the artery, third being the veins. So heart is the center of all of it, and the other two, artery and veins, run throughout our body and collect and also uh, mainly collect oxygen, collect carbon dioxide, and transport oxygen from lungs, and transport food from small intestine to various cells in our body. Now, how do we do it? How does these things go about? So first let's start with the transport of oxygen. We inhale air through our lungs. Oxygen from that air is absorbed by the blood vessels that surround the uh, lungs within, and that oxygen is then that oxygenated blood then is transported to the heart. Now human heart has four chambers. Mostly all mammals have four chambered heart. So now in out of these four chambers, the left part is responsible for receiving the oxygenated blood, which is the left atrium in the beginning and the left ventricle thereafter. Left ventricle contracts once it gets all the blood rich in oxygen, and that transports it throughout the body along with the food that is assimilated through the small intestine into those blood vessels. See, so now both oxygen and digested food have entered into the bloodstream, and now all the cells can receive it very freely. So now once the cells are done with the breaking down process and releasing energy or developing energy, the waste product, which is CO2, is now starting to evolve within the body. Now it needs to get out. So how will it get out of our body? So what happens is, the veins also run along throughout our body, throughout every part of our body. Once the carbon dioxide is evolved, it passes into the veins, and the blood that is running into the veins becomes deoxygenated. Now deoxygenated blood, which is running through the veins, is now transported to the heart, as because all the deoxygenated blood that veins collect from the entire body where energy has already been produced is now taken back to the heart, because heart is essentially a pumping organ. So it pumps that entire deoxygenated blood that it collects from the body through the help of right side of its half, which is the right atrium and the right ventricle. Once the entire blood collected from right atrium to the right ventricle is pumped out, it reaches the lungs so that the carbon dioxide can be again released into the atmosphere through our nostrils. So this is how the entire process works. And as because you saw that there was one cycle involving the oxygenated blood and the other cycle involving the deoxygenated blood, we call it the double circulation. In many animals, such as amphibians and reptiles, this double circulation does not happen. Why? Because they do not essentially have a four-chambered heart. Most of them have a three-chambered heart, whereas fishes do have a two-chambered heart. So only one round of circulation happens in those organisms. Like the blood reaches from the heart to the gills and then come back. Like it just happens once. So that has one single circulation system, and thus those uh, kind of animals need to have some other ways of adapting uh, and maintaining their body temperature. Whereas in terms of us, or like mammals and birds, they can maintain their body temperature by producing the energy using this circulatory system, or taking the advantage of this circulatory system. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.